For all the Star Wars fans, today is the best day. It is May 4th, the National Star Wars holiday. In spirit of it being May 4th, I'm going to talk about Revenge of the Sith 20th anniversary, which I just saw in theaters last week. And to represent, I'm wearing the Revenge of the Sith shirt. Yes, I'm a nerd. So yeah, I'm a huge fan of Revenge of the Sith, and of course I had to go see it in theaters because I had never seen it in theaters before. Back in 2005, I was 9 years old. I'm not even sure why I didn't see it in theaters, but I definitely did not. And as these anniversaries are coming along, I'm making my rounds and I'm going through and being able to see all of these Star Wars movies. Now, the sequels I saw in theaters because they were of my generation. They came out when I was a teenager. But Revenge of the Sith, all of the prequels, and all of the original trilogy, I did not see in theaters. I think I did see Attack of the Clones, but I was very young and I don't remember much of it. All I remember was the reek inside of the arena in Geonosis. So as they're coming out and having their anniversaries, I get to go and get to see them for the first time in theaters, which is the best experience, especially for a very big Star Wars fan. So of course, when I heard there was going to be the 20th anniversary of Revenge of the Sith, I bought the tickets well in advance, gathered my buddies up, and we went to go see it, and it was freaking awesome. Believe me, it took all of my strength to not just gather all my lightsabers up and take them with us, but I decided against it, and I think that was probably a good choice. Even though I saw a lot of people on social media and a lot of videos of people having their lightsabers in the theaters, that was probably going to be really distracting. Thankfully, there wasn't any outbursts or too many crazy things going on in theaters. Getting to see Revenge of the Sith in theaters was something special and probably my favorite Star Wars movie to see in theaters to date. So far, I have seen Phantom Menace, Revenge of the Sith, and Return of the Jedi in theaters. So all I need left to see is A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, baby, and Attack of the Clones. Phantom Menace I saw last year, and it was fantastic to see in theaters. And Return of the Jedi I saw in 2023, and it was really awesome to see. But there was something about Revenge of the Sith, the cinematic, seeing everything for the first time on the big screen, the surround sound. I heard things I've never heard before, instrument notes that I've never heard before in this movie because of being in theater. Now, I admit I am one of the large quantity of people who I'm just kind of comfortable watching things at home. I don't really need to go to the theater. I don't go to the theater nowhere near as much as I used to back in the day. But now I'm very comfortable just staying home, renting things when they come out to rent on digital, or just buying them instead, or waiting till they come out on Max for free or Disney Plus for free. I don't really feel the need to pay to see these movies. One big reason is because a lot of these movies are not as good as they used to be. So I feel like I don't need to go and spend $16, $18 to go see these movies. Another, like I just stated, is actually the price of tickets, which is absolutely insane. It's a very large deterrent for me to go to see a movie if I have to pay an arm and a leg to go do it. Then I get to the theater. You pay $10 for a large drink, $11 for a large popcorn, $8, $9 for pretzel bites. It's insane, and everything just starts to rack up. So it just seems, why pay all this money to go see a movie when I can wait a little longer? I'll avoid the spoilers, and then I'll see it when it comes out. But seeing Revenge of the Sith in theaters has rekindled my love for seeing things in the theater. And I don't really need to see all of the newer things in theaters. I'll still be selective of what I see in theaters, but I desperately want to go and just see everything that I love to watch now, but in theaters. Rewatch things I've seen a billion times. See all the old movies, all the things I grew up with, but in theaters. I need that experience. And I really wish I could just go and book theaters on my own, and I still might. I might not have mentioned it before, but I am a huge quoter. I know all of the quotes, so all of the Star Wars movies. That's an overstatement. I know a lot of the quotes from the Star Wars movies, and I can quote entire scenes, which I'm sure a lot of other Star Wars fans can. But I can do that with a lot of other films. Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter. I'm really good at knowing all of those quotes, and I actually know scripts of quotes more than I know other things. You could probably say that it's not as important to remember all of these quotes, but for some reason, that's how my brain works. It didn't help me in school, but I remembered all of the scripts from the Lord of the Rings films and Star Wars. So you could imagine someone like me knowing all of the quotes, sitting next to one of my closest friends who also knows all the quotes. The entire time we were watching this movie, we just whispered the entire film to each other, which was a lot of fun in itself. You could have quoted the entire movie to anybody in that theater, and they would have just smiled, quoted them with you, and it was a lot of fun. But I think this experience is absolutely necessary if you are a diehard Star Wars fan. If you love the prequels, this is something you should do. It's just a once-in-a-lifetime thing to get to see Anakin and Obi-Wan, Hayden Christensen, Ewan McGregor on the big screen fighting on Mustafar. Oh my gosh, it hits so much different. It's some of the best cinema I've ever seen, and then put it on the big screen and it just is 1,000 times better. Didn't know that was possible, but it is. It is really taking all of my power to not just go and see this 2, 3, 4 more times before it's out of theaters, but in that case, I would probably be about $80 in, which isn't a bad thing, is it? Back to the topic of popcorn and drinks at the theater, there were some merchandise at the theater for Star Wars, and for popcorn there was the Darth Vader helmet, which I was tempted on buying, but I just couldn't justify spending $45 for the helmet and $10 for the popcorn, which is an all-around cost of $55 for popcorn. But I have to say, I did break and I did spend the $10 for the Star Wars 20th Anniversary Cup, and I have to say, it was well worth the $10. The art on this cup is awesome. I'm not really sure if it was worth $10, but I'm going to say it was. It was definitely worth the $10. And I needed to walk away with something. When I went to go see Phantom Menace in theaters for the 25th anniversary of that movie, I missed out on the bucket for that, and it really made me mad. So getting this cup is my redemption for not being able to get something during that movie. Now, I was pretty sure there was a bucket that had this design on it, but the theater I went to did not have that bucket, and I was really upset because I wanted that bucket. Darth Vader's helmet is cool, but I can't wear it, so I don't care. No, it was a really cool popcorn bucket, but it wasn't that cool for me to spend $55 for. Moral of the point is, Star Wars is meant for the big screen. And you can make a billion TV shows, you can make Ahsoka, you can make Obi-Wan, Andor, all these animated shows, which are actually good. Live action, nah. But movies, this is what Star Wars is. Star Wars is based off of the movies. And even when they're as stinky as the sequels, they're still good. And even though I don't like the sequels, they were fun to see in theaters. Getting to watch those movies were actually a lot of fun in theaters because of the cinematic view of watching these movies. So you can make all of these shows and you can release all of these things on Disney Plus, but at the end of the day, Star Wars is at its best in theaters on the big screen with surround sound. And that's why I need a home theater when I grow up. It was one of the best experiences I've had in a theater. It was a great time to go with my friends and experience this on the big screen for the first time, and I'm so happy that I went to go do it. But now I want to go watch Rogue One and the original trilogy to complete my May 4th festivities. Thank you for watching this video. If you went to go see Revenge of the Sith 20th Anniversary Edition in theaters, let me know down in the comments. Let's see how many people went to go see this movie. Please like and subscribe this video, and may the 4th be with you.